This is E9uations? I guess that's how you say it, maybe? We're the equal sign. Rearrange the numbers and operators to form equations and solve puzzles. This is a demo, so I don't know exactly what's going on here. Space. Puzzle 1-1. Move. Okay. Equals 9-9. I did not anticipate that to... Okay, we're gonna learn the rules of how this works at some point. Okay. Okay, so we need to, Oh, we can't move that. Can't move. Whoa. Oh, it goes in either direction. Okay. Okay. Let's do 3. Puzzle 1-3. Uh-oh, multiplication. Okay. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then 4 plus 4. I feel like there's likely multiple ways to do that, but because you could have also done 2 times 4 and then maybe 4 plus 3, but I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know. It's interesting to me that you don't actually have to make sure that it's like 4 equals 4. You can just do 4 equals. And I don't know if that means that it's doing 44 or what. I have to equal 0? And those don't move. Okay, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6, what? Okay, I just want to see what happens. Oh, it just okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I meant I wanted to do the I want to do the opposite where I wanted, like, what happens if it goes negative, but I guess I couldn't see if that does that. I don't think this... Yeah, actually, yeah, this does work, because then that gets the 9 out of the way, and then now we can do 0. I was trying to think, how do you get the 9 out of the way? It's weird to me that whatever, let's try the 9. I don't know why the order is like this. Maybe it's just so that you can try the higher difficulty ones first without having to go through everything. We need 3 6s. Okay. Huh. 7 minus 1. Shoot. I think I can't accidentally... Okay, and you can push 2 things at a time. That's good to know. 1 plus 5. And then 2 times 3. Huh? Oh, you can do Z to undo. Alright, let's see. How does one get a 6 to the right? How does someone do that? I don't actually understand how that part works. Anyone got a clue? Oh, wait. Maybe if you do... Like, maybe if you, like, did... But you can't push to the right up here. You can only go up. That's what's freaking me out. But then, what if you did, like, 3? I don't know if this will work. We're just gonna try it. Isn't this just gonna make the 6 to the left of me? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, it makes it to the right. That makes sense, actually. Okay, cool. I don't know why that has a stop sign. Maybe that means you need to do 10 first. Let's try this first. Okay. We want to make a 5. So we basically got to get rid of these 5s, then push the 8 up, and then push it to the left. So 5 minus... What are we doing here? 5 minus 2 is 3. Or what if we did... No, you can't do 5. Oh, wait. Does it even matter? Let me just... This is experimenting of my own. Okay. So if I do this... Sorry. If I do this and do a 2, is it gonna give me 53? Oops. Oh, there's not enough room. Okay, hold on. What if I do minus 25? No, that doesn't work, right? Even if I did minus 25, it's still too much? Okay. But what if I did 23 times 5 is a lot. I don't think that's quite what we're looking for either. I don't even think, yeah, you can't even really do that anyway. What happens if I do, yeah, because then, okay, wait, what if I go here and then do this? That's pretty wild. I can't move any of that, but that is pretty wild that that does that. I mean, it's not that wild. It's cool that the game actually works. It is cool that the game works. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 minus 6. Gotta be something going on with this left. I guess if I just, like, if I'm all over the place. What am I doing? Okay. If I do this, does it move the whole number? No, I can't because it's too big. Too big of a number. So if I did times 0, so if I did 5 minus 2 is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0? Or yeah, and then... Okay. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to knock that one. Okay. Stop. 0. Oh, but then I can't freaking move the 0. Okay. Whatever, man. Be like that. Make sure we have the room for everything. Oh, but I need to be able to push it down. How do I do that? I need to be able to push it down. So then times 0 to get 0. How do I do that? Okay, idea? Not that. Okay, what if I do this? Then this direction? Ah, okay. There it is. Would you look at that? Probably should have figured that out a little quicker, but... So this must mean you need 10 puzzles to do it? Or something? Puzzle 1-5. So this should, in theory, be easier. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Then they need me to get the 3 over there. That's a problem. No, that's okay. Because you can push the 3 in first and you're just pushing both of them. Yeah, nice, okay. At first I thought maybe that was a problem, but 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. That is true. Wait, does this mean that the 2, you can get just more 2s for free? Okay. Huh? Oh. Is that like... Oh, I think I understand. You need the 2 to stay on top of it to get respawned, and you have to use the equation. Okay, that's a little different. That's a little new. 1-7. Oh, brother. If I just do, you need one number goes here, then a plus sign. But how do you get 4? Because like if you do this, come on. If you do this, for example, you can get a 3, that's great, but it's not 4. And then you just have to like keep doing that. So I guess that, but you get a 3, like even if you did 1 plus 2, that's 3. So how do you, and then if you did 3 plus 1, that's 1, 4, but then you don't, I guess we'll try it, but then you only have 3 plus 2 left, right? So like that's cool, I guess, but now you only have 3 plus 2 left. Right. I was like, maybe something happens if I just keep doing it. Turns out, yes, something does happen if you just keep doing it. That was a big aha moment for sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you need to stop doing that. Okay. Son of a... Okay. Out of the way. Thank you. It was just a bunch of stuff in the way that I had to keep moving. Okay. Cool. Ah, now we... Oh, we need to do all of 1 through 10. Okay. Oh. Oh. That counts as beating a section, huh? Okay. Well, let's look... See if this means anything different's gonna happen. Or if it just means... Oh, okay, because that gives 11. Plus 1. I didn't realize it could do that. I didn't realize it could do upside. That's actually so funny that it makes the 2's upside down. Huh. How do you do this? Okay, there's 1. And then now I can do this to get rid of that one. Okay. Game's crazy. Wait, why is there an upside down 2 over there? Okay, so I can't do any of these? Oh, wait, what? Oh, you can move the path. Oh, I didn't realize you could do that. Look at it. And that connects to over here. Okay. So there's some overworld stuff going on. So if you did like some other number divided by 3, 24 divided by 3? I'm a genius. This is upside down certainly changes things. Wait, can't I just do that? Oh, it's not facing the right way. Oh wow, okay. They have to face the right way. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Okay. Wait, so what happens if I do this, for example? 81. Because now those are facing the right way. And now I do the minus. And then now it's facing the right way. Wow. This is a heck of a game. Oh boy. So you can't, I mean, it's got to be 4 times 4 because otherwise you don't have enough numbers and we need multiple numbers. Then if we did, we need a number to respawn. So I guess you do that, and then you do, oh. That's a 9. I was wondering, I was like, wait, why is that making 10? It's because it's a 9, not a 6. That's messed up, actually. I think that's an upside down 4. So how do you do this? Because if you go like this, you get the sign, but then you don't have another number. So if you have to do this, oh, that just makes the 8. What? The equal sign has to be here on this side. How do you actually don't get that at all? Because there's not enough, it didn't let us do it towards the right, so you had to do it towards the left. That just does that, and then nothing else. I feel like I'm missing something. How do you... We need to do the 4 plus 4, but have the 4 be on the repeater so that we get 8, but then still have a 4. So that means we need to do it... means we need to, like... we have to do it, like, from the opposite side somehow. So we have to, like, do it like this. And then push it. No, because then that's still not the 4. So we gotta go, like, this, so that then we go boom. There it is. Okay. What a game. Man, this one is... It's tricky, but at the same time, like, you eventually kind of get there, but it's just... It also, like, hurts. It also hurts, kind of. We need a 2. Well, 1 minus 1 is 0, so that's probably not it. What about 11? But we can't really... I was gonna say, what about 11 minus 8 is... Well, that's 3, actually, but then 3 minus 1. We can't get... We can't move the minus signs is the problem. But then, if we did... If we put the 8 up here, it gives us 7 over here, which would let us then move this thing, this minus sign, because we can go in and around it. And we'd have 2 1s and a 7. 11 minus 7 is 4, that doesn't help. 7 minus 1 and then 1 again also doesn't get you to 2. And it's gotta be upside down. Wait, does that change something? Oh, but wait, 11 minus 1 is 10. Oh, you son of a... I was like 10 and then 10 minus 8, it's simple. You son of a gun. Oh, but then we can just do it this way. This is another way to do 10 minus 8. Okay, sure. That works too, I guess. Maybe what I was trying to do was more complicated. This is one that I don't really want to do. This is too much. I feel like I get that feeling every time I see a new one where I'm like, oh, there's too many numbers. I simply cannot do this. So the 88, we can move the 8 that is here away from the wall, but we can't actually move this one. So that's interesting. There's only 2 symbols. So we need to get 3 8. Oh, I mean, we need 4 in total, but like, I mean, times 1 would get some of it here, but then I don't see how that gets you 8. Like just to get ourselves moving here. That does that, which we could use to get rid of 2 of them, but doesn't really solve everything. So, what if, I don't know what this is gonna come out to, I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it and see what happens. Even if we did minus 22, which isn't possible, it would only at most give 3 8s. So it's not that. I don't want to do this one. I don't want to do this one. Similar situation where we can move the 1 2, but we can't move the second 2. And I can't imagine that this is the answer either. I can't see that being the solution. Because why would it be? We need 4 8s. Oh, you can't even do it anyway. Can't even do it anyway. I kind of don't want to do this one, which makes me feel like I have to do it, because then everyone's gonna say I'm stupid. I just don't want to think with these numbers. We only get 1 of each of these symbols is really also kind of throwing me for a insane loop here. I mean, I assume that, is this what I did before? I assume that this would be ludicrous. They don't even let you do that. Why wouldn't they let me do that? Why wouldn't they let me do that? Weird. Is it just because it would be 3 digits with 2? I don't know why they would care about that. But this will work. No, that won't work either. What? What are the rules here? I'm so confused. Why did the other one work, but that didn't work? Huh? That actually makes me want to move on. So I'm going to. Let's check out the other area. Oh, I guess we shoot, we do need 8 to go through to the end, huh? Just so we can see the third area. What? What? There's only plus signs. Okay, 3. Oh, wait, but then, so we can get a 1 from like 3 plus 3 plus 3 is, well, if we did all 3 3s, we get 12, but we can't even do that because there's only 2. So if we did 33 plus 33, does that help somehow? I don't see why that wouldn't, but, or 30, or like, I don't know. I actually don't know. Yeah, because I don't, yeah, I mean, that gives us 12, but this was not the way to move pieces. Just the least efficient way to move pieces. They're 9s! They're not 6s, they're 9s. I don't know how to know why it's one or the other, but I hate this puzzle. Is it, hold on. Is it because the 2 is facing the right direction and they're saying the 8s are upside down? Is that what it's saying? That must be what it's saying. And so then that's why the 1s do work, because I see. Okay, that's interesting, because the 1s can work in either direction. Okay, hold on. So does that mean, are the 8s able to do either direction? They are, okay. Even though they're being treated as upside down for some reason, so the 2 can't interact with it. That's so, I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that at all. Okay, I'm just gonna try a thing here. Just gonna try a thing. And that's not gonna work, because they're upside down. Yeah. Okay. But then when I did this, didn't they, am I crazy? There is some fundamental fucking thing missing here. There has to be. There has to be something going on here. If I did the vertical, is that like the secret? I need to like vertical in some weird thing here. I mean, it doesn't even fit. 168. I feel like there's no, like, I don't. This puzzle makes no fucking sense, man. You're asking me to do some multiplication that makes 4 8s? How are you, how is that even possible? Without getting like a 4-digit number. I don't fucking get it. It makes no sense to me. I mean, I can push this out pretty far if I do this. So maybe it's something to do with that? Because now we have more room? I guess I could believe that. I don't think it's gonna give me something that we want. Yeah, it's a pretty big number. What if I go this way? What if we go this way? But this way doesn't work because it's upside down or something. Yeah, that doesn't work because it's upside down. That's so horseshit, man. That is so stupid. Okay, so if I do this, I can get the 2 out of here. I don't think that helps me though, right? Because now we have the same numbers. We have 2 and 2, 1, 1. But I feel like you can't use the multiplication first. Right? Like, okay, you can. I don't, this game doesn't make sense. Why am I allowed, why is the 8 allowed to calculate horizontally there when there's 2's involved, but not? It must have something to do with where the equal sign is, because it's to the right, maybe? I guess I can see that being the reason. So you're reading like right, left to right or something. Anyway, there's no way that you can get 8 8s from this, right? Obviously we can rearrange some of the numbers here except for the 6. But there's some way you can get -6, get 8. 2 minus 6, like imagine the last digit is a, you know, it's like multiple digits, but the last digit is a 2. 2 minus 6, that doesn't get you to an 8. Like if it's 10 minus 6, that's not 8. If it's 15, sorry, if it's 12 minus 6, it's 6. If it's 15 minus 6, it's 9. If it's 19 minus 6, it's 3. None of that is 8. None of that is an 8. 5 minus 8 is an 8, but this 6 is kind of probably screwing it. But like some idea where you maybe have like, imagine maybe the 6 is here, I don't know. And then like -8 or something. I don't really see it, but I'm just gonna click this to move this. Damn. This one, too big of numbers or something going on here for me, I guess, to do this. It's, chat has not said shit. They've given up. There's numbers on the screen. They're not for it. That's unfortunate. Let's do one of these red ones. They're supposed to be hard, apparently. 21. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I act like I was gonna do this? It doesn't have to be 21. It can be a 2 and then a 1. Problem is, there's no way to get... If I do 3 times 3, that's 9. But then I can't get the 9. Like, we need to do the 3 times 3 equals 9 to then have the 9 be added to the 2 somehow. Like, this gives you... Actually, I guess you can't do that either. If I do... Does this... It does a 5, okay. Huh. 5 times 3 is 15. This is 7. And then this is 21. Bitch. The multiplication sign's down there, though. What? Did I need to do... Wait, can I... No, because it makes it right there. I was like, wait, maybe I could do 21 equals 21? But they won't let me do that either. What? I actually don't understand how this is solvable. I guess you just can't do it with... You can't do this, I guess, is the thing. You can't do 7 times 3 is 21. You have to do something else. But it doesn't make sense to me that this multiplication sign is down here in the first place. Because you have to put a number here to get... Because 5 and 5 doesn't do anything. Like, if you do another 3, you'll just get 5. So it kind of has to be this. But then how do you get the multiplication sign up? I don't understand. You can't do any, like, weird right angle thing I don't know about, right? This is one of those moments where it feels like there's a mechanic or a rule that they don't tell you about, and so you're kind of annoyed. That's what this feels like to me. That's kind of what this feels like to me. I guess we could do that. That doesn't help. It's still 37. That's kind of funny, actually. Still a 3 and a 7. But we can't move because the multiplication sign cannot be moved. So even if you do this, it's still a waste because you can't pick up the 9 after. You're stuck. So I'm doing the right start. It's just I'm getting a little antsy here. I also was already doing a puzzle game before this, so I'm gonna blame that a little bit. But 35. The other option would be 55 by changing the order of the 3 and the 5. I mean, game, I don't know what kind of bullshit you're trying to pull here. That this is somehow not legal because I can't move the 21 after, but you literally, there isn't enough room to move it. So what do you want me to do? Wait a second. Does that mean I'm allowed to, hold on, I may have thought of some dumb mechanic. Does that mean you want me to do this? Because that makes sense. It is equal to those numbers. But apparently no. Apparently no. So if I did 5 times 3 is 15. That's not a 2. 3 times 5 is 15. 7. Like, there's just not really a way to do this. I feel like I'm missing something. 5 times 5 is 25. That's not going to give me a 2 at the beginning to then push in. No one in chat has a clue either, so I don't feel bad in that regard. I feel like no one has any idea how to move these pieces up, because you cannot. And yeah, you can't move the multiplication symbol anywhere besides left and right, and you can't like sneak in a number somewhere over here or whatever either. You do kind of just have to do this, or 33. You've seen the versions we've done. I haven't been able to find some new move. I have not been able to find some new move. Although, hold on, because now we can move these plus signs. Hold on, because I did the bottom one first, now I can move these. So 1 plus 1 is 2, obviously, but then we would need one more 1. But we wouldn't be able to do that because whatever we multiply here needs to have a 2 as the ending digit so that it can push in. 3 times that is not that. If I made 6, if I made this 4 times 5 is 20, but that's a 0, and a 0 is in the way. If we did 6 times 3, that also doesn't help. Wait, no. Okay, so what I'm talking about is if I had done, if I did this, and then did this, that's 18, which is not a 2. And then the other one was where you do the addition the other way around, where you do the 1 plus the 3 to get 4, and then 4 times 5, which is 20, which has a 2, but there's a 0 in the way. By the way, we would need to use this one to do the addition anyway, because this one, the one that's here, is the one that we want to move around, but I digress. The math doesn't seem to math. However, if I made this into 11, what would that do? Can we get 12 with the multiplication? We would need 3 times 4, which we cannot get unless we did 11 plus 5 is 16. That doesn't get us there because then we would need 2 times 6, which is not there because there's no 2 and we had used both ones. If we did 11 plus 3 is 14. 4 times 5 is 20. That doesn't do it. How do we get 12 from these numbers? How do we get 12 from these numbers? 3 times 4, 2 times 6. That's basically it. 3 plus 1 is 4, but then you need 3 times that. So, but if we get like, why did it have to be a 5? If we could do 11 plus 3 to get 14, that gives us a 4, and then 4 times 3 is 12. But we have to use a 3 at the beginning in the first place to make this go away. That's the problem. We have to use a 3 at the beginning to make this go away. That allows us to do all these moves. What about, I guess you can't do, well, something you could do like 15 or 13 plus 1 or plus 3. Or what if you did 8, because 5 plus 3, 8 times 11, I don't know what that is. Oh no, I do. That's 88. 8 times 11 is 88, which is not the number we need. 8 times 1 is just 8, so it's not that. What about like fucking 53? 50? No. How the fuck do we do this? How do I get a 2? I need a 2 that doesn't involve using both ones. Can never really get a, sorry, it needs to end in a 2. If I'm doing multiplication and it ends in a 2, you can't do that with a 5. You could do that with a 3. 3 times 51? Probably not. Maybe. Yeah, because you it has to, this one here, this guy is the one that we need to be moving so that we can get rid of this. And we can't push that, so that still doesn't solve that. So it's all about what's remaining on the screen here. We have a multiplication sign and 2 plus signs. But by the way, I actually don't think I think you need to use this plus 1, this extra 1, instead of throwing it in right away in order to get what we need by doing like 5 plus 1 is 6 times 3 is whatever, and then do something. But I can't figure it out. How would we get to 12? There's like 2 things. It's like either do a multiplication that equals 12, which it doesn't seem likely, because then you could push in the 2, then push in the 1. Or it's do something to get a 2, and then have a 1 remaining. And so the multiplication ends in a 2, but doesn't have a 1, and then we still have a 1 left. Which feels like that should probably be more reasonable, but I also feel like this puzzle might be trying to teach you about the idea of trying to get a number that then you can push in, which would, this case would be 12, but there ain't no 12, man. There ain't no 12. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Not it. 3 plus 1 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. But we don't need that. We need a 2 at the end, not at the beginning, because you can't move the 0. Let me see something here. If I do this, okay, it doesn't work. I was thinking, like, is there a way to, you know, if we get something that ends here and then still have a plus sign to then use that to go away, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I might have to call it here. Fuck, man. What else is there here? We got this and this, but we haven't unlocked these yet. This demo is nuts. This is an insane game. Let's see 15, which is also supposedly mega hard. And by supposedly, I mean probably. You know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I lied. I saw the repeaters and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. Especially because I feel like I'm so close to this 7. And that's all I need in order to unlock the 8 and get the next area. Oh, but that's this one, and this one's impossible. Alright, maybe I shouldn't bother. Or maybe I should try 10. No, I shouldn't. I feel pretty confident you have to start with this, but... Because, like, surely part of it is that you can now move this. I feel like that has to be part of what they want you to do. 3 plus 8 is 11. Sorry, 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 times 11 is 88. That doesn't do anything. There's no minus signs. 5 times 11 is 55. Does not help. 15 times 1, no. 15 times 3 is 45, but then that uses the 3, so we can't get 12 with that. Also, we wouldn't be able to move the 5 anyway. Son of a bitch. 15 plus 3 is 18, but then there's just a 1 left. I don't get it, man. I'm pissed off. I want this so bad. I want this so bad. You and your happy music and your cute backgrounds and your construction paper looking background and then your sewing needle marks and whatever. You're an evil, evil person. Hope you know. 31, does that do anything? 13 times 5 is gonna end in a 5, so it doesn't matter. You couldn't even do 2 digits times 2 digits and have it do something anyway. It's gotta be 1 digit, 1 digit. Oops. I don't think any of this freaking matters, man. I don't think any of this matters. No matter what I do, it's just not right. I'm like, yeah, sure, I can do this, but we can't move the numbers. We can't move them numbers. And you have to put a number here for this to work in the first place. So you do just kind of have to do this. I mean, I guess you could do 33. It's the same. It leaves you with the same thing, a 3 and a 5. It does leave you with the same 2 numbers. 35 plus 1 is 36. 3 times 6 is 18, which is not what we want. Not what we want. 53 plus 1 is 54. That still doesn't help. 31 plus 5 is 36. That doesn't help. 13 plus 5 is 18. That doesn't help. So I feel like that's obviously it's not all the iterations because you can fucking solve it, but I'm clearly not there. I'm clearly missing something. Clearly missing something here because that is not it. Even if you did this, it's 24, which is not helpful. The most depressing one is when I got it equal to 21, but it doesn't. You can't then do 21 equals 21. They actually want you to push the number in. I thought I was so clever for a moment. I thought I was so fucking clever. Turns out, nah, you're just a piece of shit. Turns out, nah. What about? No, you can't. I was like, what if you did the multiplication first and then used like the plus signs after the fact? I don't think you can. Right? Because we already tried to do this and that doesn't work. Doesn't work this way. Oh, that could be something. That could be something. I don't know how I would do that, but if you had, it's like, okay, getting 21, but then having a 1 that you can then still use. So that would be doing, we need 3 times 7 for 21, not 3 times 6. Or I guess we would want, well, hold on. I think no, that doesn't work either. I was like, oh wait, 20, but, and then it's 21 with a plus 1. We don't want 21, we want a 21 and then, no, I guess that doesn't work either, because you can't do the add of the 1 because you need that 1 to do the 1 that's on the left. So you need it to be like, it needs to be 11. You need 11. So that then you can add a 1 to it to get 12. How do I get 11? How do I get 11? 9 does not help us. No, it does not. 9 does not help us. 54 gives us 20, but that doesn't help us because we would need it to be 21. You can't deny I'm fucking trying. You can't deny I'm not trying, okay? I'm coming up with some schemes. I'm coming up with some damn schemes. They just ain't working. 11? I mean, 5 times 2 plus 1. Not a way to multiply to 11, though. 3 times 5 is 15. No. I don't think that strategy's gonna work either. But I never got to 21 without using, like, the ways I was getting to 21 was doing this in the first place. So then you don't have an extra number. That's why, like, the whole 21 idea doesn't actually work. And even then, you wouldn't actually want it to be that anyway. Someone better tell me how to do it in the comments of the video. That's all I'm fucking saying. One of you smarter people don't know how to figure it out, then no one can. Everyone knows YouTube commenters are the smartest people there is. That's just a fact. But sadly, we are at an hour, so I do feel like we have to tap out. But before I do that, there's an easy one I can do so I don't feel like a complete failure at life. Yeah, okay. Give me 12. You can do this. Don't freak out. You can do this. Okay. I don't know if that's even the right thing, but... Problem is, if I go here, it's gonna make a 6. There's not really a way to split these up. You know what I mean? So, yes, that does that. I did... It's like I don't necessarily have to do that divide right away. If I did 2 times some bigger number that would give me 2 digits, that would be a problem as well. But if I made it so it was so big that you couldn't do the equal sign, that could be something. So if I did this and then, but that's not good enough either, right? Because I can't actually push, like if I push this 4 all the way over to here, I'm never gonna be able to push it back. But then if I push it here, this is still gonna make a number. So you can't do that either. I was thinking like if I put a number, alright, you gotta start at this anyway. But if you put a number, let's say right here, and got an equal sign in, then that would work. But you can't get a number there really anyway. So that's something. Or if you did, like if you did this, but then you don't have the 4 anymore. Like you have no way to get 4 out of this. But like that's kind of showing the idea of what I was talking about. Maybe there is a way to do that. If I go here and then push, and then go all the way, wait, go all the way around to here, and then push this way. There we go. Okay, I feel good about that. I see, I did one. I can do them sometimes. So this, I guess the symbol that's over here is sort of telling you like what you learn about in the area. So this is about the respawning platform things, whereas turned is about the numbers being upside down and stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's fair. And yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. This one is, there's something wicked obvious I'm missing with that one, and we're just gonna have to pack it up. It's very tempting. I mean, obviously it's good because I want to keep doing it. I've been doing this one puzzle for like half an hour or something, but like I've learned my lesson. I'm trying to be better about it. If it's a demo and a puzzle game, I gotta cap it at like an hour, or otherwise it's too much. And I understand that. It's just I want to know what the rest of these are. And I'm like, are all of these in the demo? Surely not, right? All of these areas can't be in the demo. That'd be insane. I don't know. Maybe not the developer 9potato and 9n potato, whatever. Maybe they can tell me. I'm sure they'd be able to tell me how to do those puzzles I can't do. Number 7 and number 9. Number 9 feels like it's right there. Number 8, or number 7, that's like getting the 4 8s. That feels like it's a universe away from me. The number 9 one, where it's the 1 plus 1 plus whatever to get the 21 and or the 12 to then, that one feels like it's there. It feels so close, but cool game. It's both math and it's like Sokoban at the same time. The last one that I had done there, where you have to actually, you know, kind of circle around, circle back to make sure you Sokoban push the blocks in the right place. That was well done. But that was E9uations. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. It's equations, but it's a 9 instead of a Q. So, you know, do with that what you must.